This is our submission for the video production team. My name is Will Van Beck.
I'm Ashton Dingman.
I'm Santos Sorensen.
And I'm William Tenson. And before we show you our video, we're going to go through a little presentation of how this thing came together.
So I was in charge of the script because I'm pretty good at English, and I've had lots of experience writing scripts and other papers.
Yeah, we've looked through like the grades of all of us, and Will's definitely the best at writing a script and getting like the way it sounds to be nice. And as you see here, Ashton did the research and sources.
Yeah, so I kind of took the job of finding research, and I kind of knew how to find valid information, and I could find stuff that was true.
Yeah.
I was in charge of the storyboard. I feel like I'm a little bit more creative, and I can still find a way to have creativity and have it correlate back to our video.
Yeah, and I feel like Santos, as the artist of the group, it helps when you plan out a drawing. That also like kind of correlated to the creation of the video, like having to plan out everything and lay it out on the paper. So
Yeah,
you know what's happening.
it was definitely nice to have a visual of it before we started to kind of know what we were getting ourselves into.
Yeah, and I was in charge of editing and the main head coach, kind of, if you want to say, director of this. Editing was kind of difficult, but kind of not. We needed to add music that sounded like it was going to go good, and then we needed to add like the visual effects that gave it like the information pop, things it needed. So I definitely feel like I did a good job on that.
So for our design process, we had to plan out a date, which was pretty tough because at the time we found out about our topic. We went distant learning for our school, so it was tough to find a time, but we ended up finding and planning out a date.
Yeah, so luckily for us, our school had a thing called Flex Time, so this allowed us to come into the school and actually use the resources that the school provided for us. So that was definitely huge for us, still being able to come into the school and work on our project. And for research, we were just trying to find a creative way that, used teamwork.
Especially in our topic, which you'll see later is basketball. We decided to go with basketball because we've seen a lot of BPA videos recently that do like jobs in companies kind of thing. But we kind of wanted to do a thing that's more relatable to like the younger audience, because we're not really, us as teenagers, like we're not even graduated from high school, so we don't really know what an office space is like. But we do know what teamwork is like on the court. So we decided to go with basketball with that.
And we all kind of had experience playing basketball. We've all done it here or later, and we kind of decided it'd be a good thing to do.
And again, going back to the Flex Time, we actually use that a lot to shoot our video. Again, during the global pandemic, it's kind of hard to get everyone together at the same place, same time, and get something productive out of it.
Yeah, and after we got all that shot, I went home and I edited the video. And editing the video, as I said earlier, was difficult at some times, but it was easy at others. And we popped out a video that we're all pretty proud of. Materials we used for the hardware, we used an iPhone 8 and a phone tripod to film. Now there's three main reasons why we used an iPhone 8 and a phone tripod instead of like a fancy camera that's being filmed on it right here. Just like the camera we're using to film this, sorry. Number one, the files might have been easier to get corrupted, and we didn't want to go into the school, especially during a global pandemic, and possibly recover the files and then put it into the editing software and then edit it and then put it out. That's one main reason. Number two, it would be easier to edit since all the photos and videos are all on that software, and just put it into iMovie. Number three, the iPhone 8 camera has a pretty good camera in and of itself, so we made it pass by and it looks pretty good.
And then for some of the software we used, in our actual video, we actually do have a Google Slides that has some snippets in there, and then obviously here is a Google slide that we're presenting to you guys. And we thought iMovie would be a pretty good app to use for putting chunks of the video, and it was also easier for Billy to kind of edit that as well.
And with all that being said, here's our video. Santos, if you want to hit play.
Teamwork. It's a thing we've all dealt with at one point.
Sometimes it works out and the final product turns out great. Other times, not so much.
There are ways to keep teamwork consistent.
Today we'll show 5 different teamwork strategies and an example of each of them.
The 5 strategies for teamwork are communication, telling your partners what they should do to get the best results.
Delegation. Who represents what role on your team?
Responsibility, what each person has to do to finish the job.
Defining roles, different parts for each member to do and follow.
And compromise, Teaming up to get over a difficult situation. Now let's see this game plan in action.
Teamwork is thought of being in the classroom and in the workplace, but it can also be shown on the court.
Teamwork is also used in sports such as basketball. Without teamwork, your moves could look like this.
Okay, we need to add some teamwork here.
A good team learns to communicate on what they have to do to make everything run smoothly. In basketball, this could be a player saying that they're open and that they have a great shot opportunity.
Teams need to delegate who can do what best and put members in the places that best fit their abilities. For example, a basketball team seeing what they can do on the floor.
Here's what's happening. You, 80% from the three, pass your games. You're going to be really good at it, stay outside. You've been really good at layups, pass peak. You're going to be outside the paint. And you, once you get back in, you're going to be tight on deep. Remember, we got it? Let's go on three. 1, 2, 3. Team!
Every person in a group is responsible for what is needed. For basketball, this could be running offense or defense.
Each member has a part in the group that has to be fulfilled. For instance, different basketball roles being filled up to make a team.
Here we have our basketball players warming up minutes before the game. Here's Santos Sorensen as small forward, stretching out his arms so he can make some game-winning layups. Here's Will Van Beck as point guard, warming up his legs so he can go break them ankles, as the kids say. And here's Ashton Nigman as shooting guard, working on his dribbling to avoid the team getting turned over. We'll be right back to get this game underway.
When something wrong happens in the team, the group must come to a compromise. In basketball, this could be when a player is in a bad position, so they pass to a teammate that's more open.
Now that the team has learned from the 5 strategies, let's take a look at that highlight reel sponsored by Teamwork.
A few seconds remain in the first half. Sorensen dribbles up the court, he shoots, and he beats the buzzer with the shot from half court. Well, that's it for the first half of basketball. We'll see you after the break.
Regardless of what kind, just remember to communicate,
Delegate, be responsible.
Define your roles.
and compromise.
With these steps, being in a team at school, at work, or in the big game should be a breeze.
Now go get your team and get to work.
And that's our video for video production. Hope you enjoyed, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.